So I'm sure almost all of you watching this video have noticed substantial movement within specific stocks you own, maybe even in specific industries you're heavily invested into. That's kind of what I'm going to dive into in this video today, along with, is it actually a specific concern? Is it something you should be worried about? So of course I'm going to touch on some political stuff, but not anything specific like, oh, this should have been done or this should have been voted for. I'm not here to say anything like that. There's plenty of other political commentators that can cover that sort of thing. I'm just going to look at specifically what has moved and why, and how you should maybe think about or react to it. So more broadly, right, if you have a specific stock that was hit heavily, if you're investing long term for that, right, like for example, First Solar, I know specifically I have gained subscriptions from my First Solar video. It's one of my best performing videos on this channel, right? I like the stock, certainly for green energy stocks. I think it's going to do very well. With the election of Donald Trump, clearly most green energy stocks have gone down. That is because there is some expectation that there is a much higher likelihood that if a Democrat was elected, they'd pour more money into green energy, because generally Democrats are more into green energy, right? Now, does this do anything for First Solar? Not really. Most of these are generally overreactions, right? Or at least trying to price things in. Only time will truly tell if it is an overreaction or anything like that. But the market generally moves dramatically in this sort of stuff. So if you're holding for a short term, you want the boost in First Solar or green energy stocks because you thought Kamala would be elected or something like that, yeah, I would worry. If you're holding First Solar because you like the company, you like what they do, you like what they produce, you like how cheap they are, you like solar energy, then you really shouldn't be worried, unless you're already too heavily invested into it. But then again, that's why we try to shave it off. So if you still really like the stock and haven't pulled the trigger yet, or don't have your, I won't buy any more of this, then this may be time to invest more, but only time will really truly tell. I wouldn't be too worried about green energy. Clearly, Donald Trump favors, oil and all that too, but if they're a successful company, the money's going to be there, right? The money's there for green energy, not even just publicly, but privately. There's a lot of private money that goes into green energy. So that's one issue you're diving into. Like I said, that should apply across the board. If you like your specific company and it went down a lot, I wouldn't be panic about it. It's not dooming the sector, right? Let's look at another one. So this is steel across the board has done very well, right? Because with Trump's tariffs, steel industry usually gets hard, specifically because companies like China have a tendency to produce steel very cheap, kind of to kill competition, stuff like that. So companies like Nucor have done very, very well. I mean, you can see it was up 16% and then up another 1% in after hours. So personally, I own Nucor. I think it's okay. I had it for diversification. I was kind of moving away from that. I was down a little bit on it, and I basically broke even. I decided to sell, not because I hate the industry or anything like that. I did it for diversification into steel, but I've more and more realized it's probably I'd rather have diversification elsewhere. So personally, I'd use this as an opportunity to jump out. But that's because my faith in the long term of the company has kind of been wavering as of late, not necessarily because of anything else. So if they could use this as an opportunity, right, if one of your things did very well, to jump out. But other than that, like I said, if you're holding it for the long term and you still like the vision of the company, probably shouldn't be making any super moves, any crazy moves. So I think the steel one specifically is an overreaction, because I always think just in the United States, steel is just probably never going to really do that well, but who knows, right? So that's just my personal opinion. Steel jumped a lot, something to keep an eye on, but I think that's going to be meh. All right, banks done very, very well, or especially, and thinking like investment banks have done good as well too. I did a video on Morgan Stanley. This was my first ones. I did not do a very good job, because when you first record videos, I'm still not great at it, but I was really not good then. But I have used numerous opportunities on this channel to shill about Morgan Stanley. I really like it. I've done it in my other when I look at other bank stocks or financial institutions, right, I'll say it's good, but I like Morgan Stanley better. So I have used plenty of opportunities to shill about Morgan Stanley. I timed it fairly well. When I bought it, I'm up substantially in a fairly short period of time. I just think they're a great run company. Now, 11.5%. Is that justified, right? I think the justification is that, oh, Trump's for deregulation. Deregulation is good for banks, right? Is that worth 11.5%? That's like a year's worth of gains, right? We had in one afternoon, right? Things go up and down, but if you're getting 11% of Morgan Stanley, which pays a 3% dividend right now every year, you are sitting phenomenal. That's probably better than you're expecting, right? So this is another one where I own the stock. I think it's great. Is this going to last long term? I mean, we'll see, but I'm not counting on it, right? I'm just not. But I'm happy that it happened, I guess. But I try not to take too much into it. But if, like I said, if you like it and you're really heavily invested into this industry, yeah, maybe shave a little off and park it elsewhere, right? Another one that went up clearly, Tesla, right? Elon Musk was affiliated with Trump. Trump won, so it goes up. Yeah, I mean, I guess there was maybe some worry that because they were like kind of getting on him in SpaceX, right? Whatever. Maybe the people were worried about that with Tesla. Did that imply 15 or 14.75% now? No, probably not. Like I said, most of these are just overreactions. Things will price out over the coming weeks, coming months, whatever it may be. But there is some underlying truth behind all these moves. When you see moves certainly this dramatically, right? There's some understanding to why it is happening. There's some reason why it's happening. Now, is it overblown? We don't really know. I think probably for most of these it is, but you never really know. There is some truth behind some of the movement, right? But just to wrap up, like I said, if your long-term vision of a company is wavering because like 10% down, unless, like I said, the long term was tied to whoever was elected, it's possible. I think that's a silly way to invest, right? Long-term invest. I like to invest in companies, well, that generally do well, have a track record of growing, track record of long-term success, and industries I like are diversification, right? And this, who's elected president generally should not determine that. And if it does, I hate to break it to all of you if you're really into politics, but it's going to flip-flop. That's just how the world works, right? So if your entire basis of a company is I need a party to win, that's kind of shaky ground anyways. But I hope I didn't dive too much into any. I don't want hate comments about political stuff, but I guess I don't really care that much. But I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to ice skate. I don't want to dive, but it's important because that's one of the main things. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at this like, So anyways, those are my thoughts on this. If you disagree with me or whatever, like it, let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. It actually does help out when people leave engagement, and certainly watch the video as well. So I appreciate you watching this far. I'm assuming most of you are subscribers. If you aren't, go ahead and subscribe. I do all types of stock content on this channel. I post daily, usually more than once a day. So I'm planning on doing live streams on Friday. So check out the live stream if you're going to be around on Friday. But that's all I got for this video. So thanks for watching.